Hi, everybody. Time. To get into it, NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. Their last meeting was in this building. They were able to come out on top.
And I think they were prepared to face pressure D, but that never materialized, so they took advantage.
And you could sense the difference in energy. They were keyed up, jumping on mistakes. They just outworked them.
To the middle. Shot's good by Olajuwon. And when people talk about the future of this league, Stan, both of these teams are often mentioned.
Yeah, Brian, we're getting a glimpse of what the NBA will soon look like. There are some great young players up and down these rosters. These front offices have done great jobs.
There's a screen. Cunningham drives in. Stripped away. Over to the left wing. Pass to Sarr. Fox for three. From beyond the arc and then some. Fox has got 5 now.
Talk about distance. Fox playing the long-range game.
Here's Gordon. And Gordon with the big finish.
Yeah, his athleticism more than makes up for his lack of size. Allows him to compete even against bigger guys.
Even though he's just 6'3", Fox can really get up, including slamming it down in style.
And Grant, when you play the Wizards, you better be ready to run.
BA, they like to speed you up. They force you to play at their pace. And on the flip side, that gives you open floor opportunities as well.
4 on the clock. Back to Gordon. 18 feet out. Sarr pulls it in. And Fox has got the ball here for the Wizards. It's a 3-point game. Dort with a steal. And they're pushing it up.
And it didn't register as an official block, but he did everything you want in disrupting that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
Here's Castle. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Dort's shot is good.
You talk about a guy who made himself into a solid three-point shooter. Lu Dort.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. Well, De'Aaron Fox, the inaugural 2023 Clutch Player of the Year, he said, quote, "You can't be afraid to fail. Obviously, you're not going to make every shot, but my team puts me in position to succeed, so the least I can do is have confidence in myself to take good shots." Brian?
Allie, thanks. You know, he's become a star. Screen by Gordon. 5 to shoot. Here's Castle. It's rebounded by Washington.
I mean, come on. That's a shot you expect him to make.
To the inside. Back to Gordon. Ooh, poked away. A minute 39 left in the first. Oh, nice fake, but the layup's off the mark.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
You won't see him miss that one too many times.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Grant, you talk about NBA length. Alex Sarr has it in spades.
So many young bigs we're seeing these days. He combines that length with some guard skills as well. And that's a very intriguing package.
Shot's good by Sarr.
You know, Sarr established himself in the paint and took advantage of what they gave him.
Cunningham with the ball. No made baskets yet. Here's Olajuwon. And a missed layup.
Well, playing his role to perfection. using his size to control the glass for his team.
Pass to Sarr. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Cunningham outside. There's 21 seconds left in the first. There's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That's his first foul. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And that one's good. Cunningham.
Well, the physicality of the NBA takes some getting used to, but Cunningham is able to make those tough finishes.
Here's Fox. It's rebounded by Olajuwon.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good look. Just couldn't find the mark.
They set the pick. Tries it from 19. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's De'Aaron Fox making highlights for Washington. Hunting. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And what do you think about how the Wizards are doing here?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious they were well prepared defensively coming in.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Now here's Cunningham. Inside. Out to Gordon. 19-footer. And it's Cunningham missing. The Wizards with a lead. Williams on the wing. Lets it fly. No good with a jumper from the wing. And so it's Cunningham with it. He brings it up for the Pistons. Well, Coach, it's been discussed a lot, but the Detroit Pistons set a record in 2023 that no one wants to match.
Well, that's for sure, B.A. No franchise wants to suffer through a 28-game losing streak. They thought that team had potential, but they just never found their footing early on, and then things just snowballed.
Shot blocked!
Well, his block numbers might not always show it, but Stewart is a strong defender who alters a lot of shots.
Now here's Lopez. Nifty move! And he lays it in.
Well, that's a smart play, taking advantage of the mismatch in close.
Pass to Stewart. And here's Reddish. Picked by Stewart. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. Well, Grant, as you always say, in the playoffs, you need a player who can score in isolation.
That's true, B.A. And in a 7-game series, defenses disrupt your set offense. If your stars can go mano-a-mano and create something out of nothing, that's often the best you can get.
Now here's Williams. No points so far.
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is. All right, Grant, I have to ask you, has there ever been a more intimidating team than the old bad boy Pistons?
Well, they weren't fancy, but they played hard and they played physical basketball. Every team that faced those Detroit teams knew they were in for a battle.
Now here's Beverly. Williams on the wing. Pass to Lopez. Puts the move on. The kick out to Williams. Back to Lopez. And it's Lopez with the jam.
Talk about strength and athletic ability. Lopez can maneuver against his opponents down low.
Cunningham looking it over. Back to Stewart. Cunningham outside. Picked by Stewart. Shot from 16. And again, it's Detroit.
Well, it took him a while to get his legs under him. He didn't do much in the first quarter, but now he's off and running.
Here's Williams. Can't hit it. He's 0 for 2 now. The Pistons trailing. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Cunningham.
2 minutes remaining.
From outside the arc. Cunningham Cunningham attacks for three.
Measuring that corner triple very well. I like seeing Cunningham bury these types of shots.
Down low. Here's Williams. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Williams has got his first basket.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half.
And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. Here's DiVincenzo. 1:41 left in the second quarter. Pass to Olajuwon. Ooh, throw it down!
He challenges the defender and throws it down with two hands.
Man, just straight power on that one. Clear the deck. Here's Champagnie. It's rebounded by Olajuwon. You know, Grant, you talk to scouts about Stephon Castle. They just feel like this guy's a winner.
Well, certainly we saw that in Connecticut. Now, as a freshman, he was a key piece in their title run. He actually turned up his game in the tournament, and that's rare for any freshman.
Now here's Fox. He's got 9. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Castle misses. Pass to Fox. Launches a 3. Good work defensively by DiVincenzo. The Pistons leading. There's 37 seconds left to the second period. Here's Dumars. To the paint. Here's Fox. And it's Fox with the jam.
Did you see that? Look at the elevation on that dunk, B.A.
Man, he just cocked it back and fired it down with one hand. Here's DiVincenzo. He's scoreless. He takes it in. Pass to Olajuwon. Shoots over Lopez. Olajuwon can't get it to go. Tie game in Detroit. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Dort outside. Down low. Cunningham outside. Ball stolen. And they're on the run. Pass to Fox. Ooh, nice work inside by Fox.
Yeah, Fox is going off. I mean, he's gotten the ball on offense, and he's been relentless.
Here's Olajuwon. They get the rebound.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys. The Pistons making a switch here. Now Fox. 13 points in the game. Three-pointer, no good.
Well, that's a shot the defense felt like they could live with, and it worked out for them that time.
Stewart outside. Cunningham outside. Back to Stewart. Pass to Dort. Clock at 4. Here's Gordon. There's the block. To the inside. Garuba. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Now Stewart. Now here's Cunningham. Back to Stewart. The Pistons need to get one up quick. Here's the 3. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Washington leading by 4. Here's Fox. The Pistons clear it. 2 minutes into the second half of play now. Stewart outside. Here's Gordon. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. Coach, it's interesting to watch the career path of Aaron Gordon. He's gone from one role in his previous stop, then he arrives to the Nuggets in a completely different role there.
Yeah, Brian, he's become more of a third or fourth guy, and he's embraced the change. Everybody wants to be that number 1 or number 2 guy, but you've got to play a role to be a winner in this league.
And it's resulted in championships.
It sure has.
To the middle. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
Sometimes the action speeds up on you a little too much. 2 teammates not on the same wavelength there.
Second half of play here with just under 2.5 minutes passed. So they take the lead. Cunningham's got 8.
Well, a bit of a cold start to the second half. They need to settle down and get some better looks.
Woo-wee! What a big finish out of the backcourt.
That might be exactly what they needed at this point of the game.
Yeah, what a huge dunk. Making a statement right there.
Now here's Gordon. He's been productive, averaging just over 7 points a game. It's Stewart, high post. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Cunningham. Gordon, left side. And a fast break now for the Wizards. 3-pointer, Fox. Fox splashing it home from deep.
He's taking what he can get here, has a 3 in each half.
Up top, Stewart. Inside. Gordon. Second chance effort. No good at the rim.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in.
Pass to Fox. Dort with a steal. And the Pistons pushing it up now. Oh, deflected. Here we go. The finish. And the big dunk at the end of the break.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
And J.B. Bickerstaff decides to call timeout. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. Pistons trail by 6. Cunningham outside. To the paint. Here's Olajuwon. And the timeout called here by J.B. Bickerstaff. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over.
Protecting the rim has to be their top objective right now.
Well, if you're just going to let them score inside at will, you might as well pack your bags.
59 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
Not his best night and not the team's best night. Sometimes it just goes that way.
Pass to Lopez. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And the key for Lopez is getting established positioning. Once this happens, the D has to foul him.
And Lopez drops them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
Up top, Gordon. Will it go? Here's Olajuwon. Screen by Gordon. Goes back up. Rebounded by Champagnie.
And they've just built this lead by attacking the boards.
Here's Fox. Plenty of space. That's good on the jumper. Fox has got 9 points here in the second half.
And they're playing rock-solid basketball right now. Really starting to see that lead grow.
Well, that third quarter is when you want to increase your lead. Really building it up before that final quarter.
Just an effective shot blocker. Lopez using all of that 7 feet, and he does a great job of picking his spots.
And so it's Washington ending the quarter up 10. Great shot selection right now, keeping the game simple. Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. Here's Fox. Pass to Dumars. Outside, Williams. Cunningham, right side. He hits the back iron and sinks it.
Yeah, and Cunningham there, able to shoot with his feet set. That's one he knows he can hit.
Fox outside. This one for 3. It's rebounded by Olajuwon. And here's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. Trailing by 8. Picked by Stewart. Castle for 3. It's rebounded by Washington.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense. Well, sometimes it's just not your night, but despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Boy, that foul looked intentional. Not exactly what you'd expect here.
Now, no, it just doesn't make sense given the situation.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. And Detroit making a change here. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, well, Brian Keefe was just reviewing the plan with his team. And despite the lead, they are still coaching this team hard. In the huddle, they told their guys to stay alert. Do not give them anything easy. They want to protect this late lead, B.A.
All right, appreciate it, Allie. Here's Cunningham. Good. That's his 5th bucket in 9 attempts.
Not an easy shot at all. Cunningham seems to have it early on in his NBA career.
To the middle. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Three-pointer, Stewart. And he can't get that one.
And they're doing strong work on the glass. A +5 advantage for them.
And Williams punches it home.
Nice one-handed jam. Simple and effective, B.A.
Hey, with the lead, I'm surprised he didn't come up with something a little more creative. And finished off by Stewart.
Thunderous jam from Stewart.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. So it's both teams making substitutions here. 2 minutes gone by here in the 4th. Williams with the screen. Pass to Dumars. Here's Sarr. And as it goes out of bounds, Washington able to keep possession.
Nice deflection there. Really trying to disrupt their offensive flow.
Yeah, there's nothing easy on offense. Coaches love seeing that kind of hustle on the defensive end.
And it's going to be a 3-second call. Pistons trail up by 6. We're in the 4th quarter here. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Pass to Olajuwon. And here's Cunningham. It's stolen. And a fast break now for the Wizards. By himself. Oh, ho, ho. Wow. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Really a grizzled veteran at this point. Gordon's a guy who's been in these spots.
What? Wait. Hey. Dunks are always for the big boys.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring efforts.
Shot is good by Gordon.
Well, he's not an elite three-point shooter, but Gordon makes just enough threes to be a threat from out there.
To the inside. Here's Sarr. It's Rebounded by Olajuwon. The Pistons trailing. And there's a whistle. That goes on DeAnthony Melton. That'll be a second foul of the game. And there's 1:38 left in the fourth quarter here. And he lobs it up to the rim. Now here's Fox. And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Pistons on D. Here in the fourth, they've allowed just 4 points. Another steal.
Well, that's just a great feel for where the ball was going. He got himself in the right place and made the steal.
Down low. Here's Olajuwon. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
You have to love their intensity right now, getting hot at the perfect time.
Well, you love their execution to get back in it. This game's very much in reach for them.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league.
The open shot, Cunningham. To take the lead. Outside for Dort. And here's Cunningham. Just 4 to shoot. Pass to Gordon. Count it!
There is absolutely no fear in his eyes. He loves the moment.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
And we've got a timeout from Brian Keefe. And a great call on his part. This is the time you want to be in sync right here. Obviously not a lot of time to work with. What do you guys think we're going to see?
This is where your coaching is so important. They need a really good play now.
Well, they'll likely only get one shot at this. They need to make it count.
Here's Fox. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
Now, that's how you capitalize at the line. As long as they play good defense, they should have this win sealed.
Cunningham with the ball. For the tie. Oh, and he can't make the shot to force overtime. So it's a narrow victory for the Wizards. Pulling out the W. With the late victory, they upset plenty of these hometown fans.